What's up, everyone? This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so don't base anything I say out these videos. I'm just doing it for pure entertainment purposes only. Jumping into AMC this morning, looking at had a little spike and an immediate drop right now as I looked around 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time. So what's that? 11:30 Eastern. Anyway, so with that being said, looking at that, it kind of reminds me back in the day, like early on maybe like right before, or actually right after we had our big run up, when they would just run it down and hammer it down. And that's what we're looking at right now. To me, it looks like they're just hammering it down, trying to contain it, trying to maintain it, which really technically doesn't look good, but it's a good sign, because that means they're hammering it down for a reason, because they don't want it to get to a certain level and peak and then pop. So when you start seeing a lot of, spikes and immediate drops, to me that signifies what I just said. They're hammering it down because they don't want it to get up to a level where it goes out of control. When it goes out of control, there's nothing they can do about it. So nothing's changed. None of the retail holders or apes or whatever you want to call yourselves have really changed. There's been people, regular investors, that have gotten in and out, that are going to continue to get in and out, and that's not going to change anything for us. There's going to be optimistic people, there's going to be negative people, but one thing's for certain: the shorts have not covered, they have not closed their positions. Data Zero posted something earlier about Citigroup kind of getting into some trouble there, and I believe they hold a very big short position in AMC. So it's kind of like all coming together, like we had, not we, I guess, like I had imagined it would, in the beginning, when I first got in this play and did my research in DD. After I realized I wasn't going to become rich in a week, I realized that, hey man, this is going to go through a lot. They're going to get it down to basically nothing before they cover, or a black swan event. Right now we're getting down to the nothingness. So to me, they've done everything they can. I think they're running out of options. I think this coming year, we could definitely see something big happen. Things in the market move a lot slower than you wish they could. It's like courts and shit like that. When you go into a court hearing, it gets prolonged and prolonged. That's basically what's happening here. Like, if you've ever been a defendant in a case and your lawyer says, hey man, we got to prolong this thing to let people forget about it, and they'll prolong it. You'll always hear about that. Even if you haven't been a defendant, if you've watched in the news where they say, oh, this man's accused of stabbing 16 ducklings and shitting in the public library in the same day, and then his lawyer comes in and says, bam, we need to, the trial says it's set for next week, and the lawyer comes in and extends it as long as they can go. And that's what's, I think, going on here, where the guy's shitting in the pond. We didn't stab the ducks, though. We love the ducks, basically. Anyways, but you know what I'm saying. That's a bad metaphor. That's not at all really very accurate. But what I'm trying to say is it's getting prolonged. At some point, they'll find out that we were not the actual victim. We just looked like, or not the accused. We just looked like them. We'll be set free and we'll be gazillionaires. I've really gone off balance here because my daughter's in the back, and I just realized that she's only 4, and she's probably realizing, like, shit, stabbing ducklings. So I apologize in the back. We don't do that. But really gone off course. Basically, this thing has it's getting close. I guess I could have just said that. This thing's getting close. And I've said it before in the last couple of videos, it could take a year or two. I anticipate it probably something happening this year, but it could get drug out a little longer. They're going to prolong it as long as they can, and if they can get more shares or figure out little trickery ways, which they do. But I do think they're running out of plans, patience. They probably have gotten some people to sell, but the problem is you got other people that are just buying in, so it's rotating. Excuse me. Anyways, so hang in there. I do see positive, even though the spike and drop It just kind of reminds me back when they used to hammer us down because they were getting close. Things happened. They were able to kind of squirrel out of it, and wouldn't be surprised if they can keep doing that for another few months to a year to two. So at some point, though, it will have to be released. And when it does, shit, man, the longer they hold, the more shares I'm going to get, and the more money I'm going to make. So that's just the way I look at it. Have a good day. Be blessed. Distributor soon. Peace.